What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Building Raxus in LEGO. We are at week number 8. We're 3 weeks back in a row since the return of the series. I hope you guys are having a great time so far. Now, before we get started, I do want to advertise, guys. Channel members get early access and behind the scenes to not only this build series, but other awesome content. In fact, before this video published, all my members got to see this video brand new, early. They were the first ones to see it. So if you guys want to sign up for the channel memberships, there is a link down below in the description, or you can hit the join button. You guys will get early access to all Raxus stuff behind the scenes, watching the segments early, all that good stuff. So definitely consider joining. So week number 8, what does week number 8 have in store for us today? We are going to be talking about the Courtyard Statues. This is possibly the last major addition to the areas we've already started working on in the mock, and it's super important because up until now, the Courtyard, although it looks amazing, has been looking a little bland, maybe a little lackluster. That's all going to change in today's video, so drop a like down below if you guys are excited. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. There are some awesome videos coming up, including some early LEGO reviews, so stay tuned. Now, before we continue, I want to give a huge thanks to our series sponsor, Brix over on Bricklink. They are the one-stop shop for all your LEGO needs, minifigures, parts, all that good stuff. I've ordered from them a ton to support the mock and all that fun stuff. Links are down below in the description to go check out the Brix store. They have tons and tons of stuff to offer, and when you guys check out, make sure you put BrickWiz in your order comments. You'll already get tons of free stuff, and this right here is actually a picture of one of you guys who ordered stuff from their store who got a free LEGO Star Wars giveaway, so make sure we support Brix. Now, there was an awesome live stream we did on Friday building a lot of stuff for the mock. I want to give a huge thanks to our 2 new members. We have Slayer and Mateo. Thank you guys for joining, and listen, Slayer and Mateo got early access to this video. Hopefully they enjoyed it earlier before everyone else, and we want to give a huge thanks to everyone who did contribute. We got Christian Sheehan, Fresh Bricks, Bobo Bricks, TJ Bricks, and Slayer. Again, a huge thanks to you guys. All the donations are generously appreciated, and they all go right back into the mock, so huge thanks. So, the Courtyard Statues. This is something I really haven't been talking about too much in terms of Raxus, right? Some of the big focal points of the series so far have been the trees and the snot, and maybe even the recoloring of the ATTEs, but I've been relatively silent about the Courtyard Statues, and it's not because they're not important, because honestly it's probably the most important thing up until this point, but it's just something that we really haven't gotten to, and in today's video we are going to dive into that. We have a time lapse coming up in a little bit, then we're going to give you a brief look at the statues, and then obviously we're going to give you the whole overview of what the mock's looking like so far, and that is going to be super nice. So again, if you guys are excited, drop a like down below in the comments. Let me know how you enjoy today's Raxus episode. And without further ado, let's get on into week 8 of Building Raxus in LEGO. So before we get into the episode, I want to give you guys a quick look at the statue itself. Now, here is a quick reference image of sort of what I had to work off of. As you can see, it's pretty high in terms of height. It's pretty much right there with the ATT, so that of course was a really important thing I wanted to get across. And like I said, now I do want to give a huge thanks to my buddies Lee and Mason for helping me out with the design for this one. I was able to get a pretty good sketch of what I wanted in studio, but ultimately it was a little bulky, so they kind of helped me condense, especially the statue, which I guess we'll start off here. So as you can see, the statue is primarily made up of lots of smaller light bluish gray pieces. It does come with the staff. It also uses the trans clear little stand piece that you'll see in a lot of the Marvel CMF series. This is actually a piece I probably should have gotten in gray, but ultimately it really doesn't matter too much. So that came out really nice, and it scales really nice. And you can see here, it does sit on the top of the platform here. It's basically just a 2x2 plate that kind of holds it together, which is super nice. Now on the bottom here, we have the entire sand column. Now in total bricks height, I believe this is about 15 total. I know there's about 12 of the round ones, maybe give or take 2 or 3 more levels, both for the top and the bottom. So about 15 bricks in height for the rest of the column. Total statue itself, this thing's pretty tall, probably closer to around 20, maybe a little more. But this was something that I knew would be really important to the courtyard, because up until now, the courtyard, although it looks really good, has looked kind of bland, and having these around it would definitely help make it look more complete. So we ended up building 8 of these on the live stream, which was a lot of fun. A huge thanks to everyone who tuned in for that. Well, let's go ahead and line up all of these guys on the courtyard and see what they actually look like. So after putting all the columns and statues on the courtyard, here is what it looks like. Now, this is actually looking fantastic, and I don't have a doubt in my mind this is my favorite episode so far, mostly because the statues and the columns just give another detail that has been missing for a very long time in this courtyard. So, like I said, we have 8 of them. There's 4 on either side. Now, these aren't connected by anything onto the snot. However, they do line up with the white plates going across, so it is fairly easy to make sure they're all pretty much accurate, which is obviously important. Making sure they look super on point, you know, even on either side is super important. But what I love most about the statues is how they actually scale to the ATT walker. Now, in the actual images, the statues are fairly large, like really large, and that was something that kind of caught me by surprise. So having these guys stack up really well with the ATTs is super phenomenal. And I think because we have almost everything complete here in the courtyard, we're probably going to be making the 3rd ATT next week. I just really want to see what it looks like having all 3 of them coming down the sort of aisle, because I think that's just going to look super cool. Now, one of the most important parts I feel like about this mock is that yes, we're building Clone Wars, yes, we're building Star Wars, but at least on this half right here, there is not a lot of gray, guys. There is such unconventional colors when it comes to Star Wars. You have medium nougat, white, tan, you have bright orange leaves, and one of the things that initially got me to build Raxus was because of the colors and how unconventional they were and how beautiful it all looks. And I'm really happy with how it's coming out, because the color contrast on everything here looks absolutely perfect. Now, getting a really quick look at the statues here, here's an actual minifigure. You guys can see how big they are. I think earlier in the video I said they are probably around 20 to 23 bricks in height, which is fairly large. And again, you could just imagine the ATT right in the middle there, going towards the palace, going towards everything like that, which should look really cool when we get to it. Now, I will post some really cool pictures on my Instagram, so make sure you guys go follow me at TheBrickWiz over there. I always post stuff. And of course, if you guys want to become a channel member, all my channel members actually got to see all of this early before the general public, so definitely consider becoming a member as well. Now, this mock is really starting to take shape, which is really cool. And if you can imagine, obviously there's this middle walkway with the courtyard, with the ATTE and all that kind of stuff. And then if you can imagine, there's going to be just that big Parliament building right there, and everything's going to be kind of going towards it, which is super cool. And another thing that I'm really looking forward to is getting all the minifigures. Like I've been saying, we're probably going to have around 50 to 60 of the clone troopers, not this exact one, but we're going to have plain P2 pretty much walking all around this courtyard, obviously including in the building itself. And then we're also going to have a bunch of civilians probably like right over here. As we get closer to the end of the mock series, I'll start getting those minifigures, and you can just imagine how populated this entire area is actually going to look, which is so exciting, because even just having a few minifigures here with the columns makes it look super nice. So we're probably going to have about 100 to 120 minifigures just on this courtyard itself, which is pretty cool. Hoping they don't fall over, because obviously there are no studs, so we're going to have to get to that when we come to it. But overall, I think the statues came really nice. I love the details on them. They look simple enough to where it looks like it belongs in a big scale mock, but I think there is enough detail, especially in the statue itself, that you're definitely impressed. A masonry brick on the bottom, some of the 2x2 bricks, some of these really cool arch pieces, and then just this whole like multi-layered platform with the statue on top. I think this came together really, really well, and I have no doubt saying this is my favorite part of the mock so far. And I hope you guys do enjoy it. The live stream was super fun, and I hope these came out really, really nice. Let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking. We will just have to wait one more week to get that final ATTE, and once we have that, we will have basically over half of the mock done, which is really exciting to say. So we are really entering the series here. We're really, really making some great progress, which is always exciting. And you can see, again, I'll actually put you guys at eye level how tall these statues actually are. They are fairly big, which is kind of surprising, but again, that's how they are in the show. That's how they are looking like in the episodes that we see and all the reference material and stuff. So I am very happy with how these guys turned out. I cannot wait to get that third ATTE next week. Gonna make sure that this shot right here is gonna look so amazing. I cannot wait to share it. But that's all we got for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking about the statues right here. And let's go ahead to the outro of today's video. So that just about wraps up Building Raxus in LEGO week number 8. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, as always, let me know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. I've been saying this since day one. You guys are an equal part of this build series. If there's something that most of you don't like, I'll probably end up fixing it. So let me know down below. However, if you think they're really nice and they came out really, really good, also let me know. This week was a fun week. It was a really fun live stream. It was super chill, super relaxed, but it also felt rewarding to build something other than grass and snot bricks. So it was really fun to get into some of the actual, sort of guts of Raxus, the things that make Raxus recognizable. And that's pretty much all we have going forward. Of course, we want to talk a little bit about what the future holds for Raxus. I think next week we're probably going to build the ATTE because I really, really want to see what that looks like with all 3 walkers and all the clone troopers together. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision. We are going to most likely build the ATTE next week. Now, live streams may not be happening for the ATTE. It depends on work schedule. Also, it is a pretty involved build. It takes a lot of time. So I'm definitely going to try and build on a live stream a little bit, maybe Friday, but I will also be having my membership call on Friday. I will definitely be building my walker with my members. If you guys join the Builders Club channel tier, you get exclusive access to the Discord and monthly live member calls with me and all the other members. If you guys want to join, links again are down below in the description. So again, tentatively next week, we are looking like building the ATTE. So once that's done, we'll have pretty much the entire courtyard completed. And then from that point on, probably for the next month and a half or so, we're just going to start working on the big Parliament building. This is something I have a very rough idea of what I'm going for, so it really shouldn't be too crazy. However, it's a lot of freehand building, and I actually mentioned this on the live stream, so for those of you who were there, this will be a little bit of a deja vu moment. But what I've always been saying about live streaming and building mocks is that when I have an idea of what I'm building, when I have a blueprint, a sketch, it's easier to live stream because I can pay attention to you guys more. I don't have to use my brain too much. But when it comes to things about the mock that I have yet to sort of come across, example, the building that we'll be getting into in the next couple of weeks, it's a little more difficult because I really have to use my brain power and my creative ability to build it correctly. So that means maybe less Raxus live streams. However, I don't want to say anything just yet. I think there's a high possibility we're definitely going to be continuing the weekly Raxus live streams. But essentially, to sum it up, after this next week and the ATTE is done, we will be working on pretty much all the buildings on Raxus for probably the next month and a half to 2 months. Now, that does mean we might not be getting weekly segments just because it might get a little boring and a little repetitive. But just so you guys know, we are on a very, very good plan right now for Raxus, so everything is going very well. So that's pretty much all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching this on the day it came out on Sunday, I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. And for whatever day you're watching this on, I hope you guys have a wonderful and fantastic day. Make sure you subscribe down below. Hit that bell. Don't miss any of the Raxus videos coming every single Sunday. And it's looking like Friday might be our Raxus live stream day. I gotta kind of work out some schedule things, but stay tuned for all of it. What's the harm, right? I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Peace.